Good morning. I am here. I am live. I am Colleen Regan. I am the star director of Beantown Accents out of Boston, Massachusetts, surrounding areas. Hello to everybody. I am not looking at comments because I will get way too sidetracked, so I will respond. If you have questions after I end the video, I can take a look. So we are here with training number 2. We started off with goals, expectations, dreams. Then we followed it up with sales. The 3 legs of success are sales, are recruiting, and training, okay? So today we are going to focus on recruiting. And recruiting is your number 1 income producing activity. If you are looking to grow a business, like an organization, if you're looking to make residual income, if you're looking to earn trips, if you're looking to, supplement your full-time income, if you're looking to step back from a job, if you're looking to spend more time at home, then recruiting is a non-negotiable. I don't really like to use the word recruiting. It feels kind of icky to me. It feels very corporate and like you're taking somebody away from something. But team building, sponsoring, one and the same, okay? It's often like this big, bad, taboo topic. And although it's your number 1 income producing activity, I find that it's the number one activity that people put off the most. They fear it, they hate it, they don't want to do it, they will do everything but recruiting. And I know it's not comfortable. I know nobody was born knowing how to recruit, same. I know that it's just not something that's inside of your comfort zone. I know that it makes you feel very unnatural, but it only feels like that for a very short period of time. You have to take the initial step and you have to walk in your fear anyway, okay? Because nobody starts off super comfortable with recruiting. It's just a fact, okay? So although you're nervous, although you're afraid, a lot of people, you're scared of what people will think of you when you ask them. You are nervous that they're going to say no. You're scared of rejection. A lot of it boils down to rejection. But we're all adults, and you are here for a bigger reason than caring what other people think. Again, going back to your dreams and your goals. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Every single one of us, the most successful superstar director in this company, has had to start in this place. Nobody has a leg up on one another. Nobody is, born with these kinds of things. These are all learned skills. Okay? So if you have the mindset where it starts with your mindset thinking like, I can't do this, I won't do this, okay? Then you won't. You will not do it. You have to have the mindset where, okay, I'm going to do it. What do I have to do? Everything you want, and I'm sure you've heard this quote before, but I really love it. Everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And it's true. Even though you're fearful, even though you're nervous, do it anyway. Because the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's just taking those initial steps to actually do it. I want to talk you guys off the ledge today because I know so many of you want to build a big business. And the one thing that's standing in your way is recruiting. You have to get over it. I wish there was like a secret ingredient I could give you or like a secret that I have. But honestly, it's just taking a deep breath and doing it. When I joined Scentsy in 2016, I did not know that I had to recruit, okay? I had never tried Scentsy. I didn't know what I was doing. I got my sales. My first was, okay, hit shooting star. Okay, get certified within a month. Okay. And then I was like, okay, well, what else do I need to do? What do I need? And I had to train myself. I had to train myself. Okay. And I looked at the compensation plan. And the next thing to do was what? Recruit. It was recruit. And I was so mad. I was so upset because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. But right before I actually pressed join, I said to myself, you're either going to do this or you're not. This is not going to be another one of those things where you start and don't finish, because I knew myself. I knew that somewhere along the line, I would try to give myself an out or justify my excuses. So when I talk about excuses and getting over them and stop using them as a crutch, it's because I did it myself. It's because I know, because I did the same thing. Okay. So like I said, when I joined, I said, I'm either going to do it or I'm not. I'm going to do what it takes. I know that if I do it, it works. I know that. And I knew Kristen Ingalls. Kristen Ingalls is from Boston, Massachusetts. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to the same high school. We went to the same middle school. And I am a grade older than her. But I knew her. And it was great for me to see her and her success with Scentsy, because I knew that if she could do it, I could do it, because I know her. It's not like I never knew anybody that did Scentsy, and, like there's this big wig in the company that, I watch videos on, and I'm like, well, it works. I've seen it work with this person that I've never met online. They do Scentsy and they make, $1 million. No, I knew Kristen, and I knew because she was a regular person, because she had the same start that I did. We come from the same exact place, that if she could do it, I could do it. And I'm going to get into that. But I decided, okay, Colleen, you said you already joined. You said that you were not going to give yourself another excuse for this to be another thing that you start and stop or finish. You don't finish because it gets too hard or you just don't feel like it. So, okay, I invested into learning about recruiting. I went on to the Scentsy YouTube channel and I watched video after video after video. And at that time, I was watching Discover Your Aha Moments. I think it was the first round. And oh, my friends, it lit me up. I watched those videos and then I went back and took notes on the ones that really resonated with me. And I implemented some of those things that I was learning, because that's the thing. And this is the disclaimer for you guys right now. You can be watching this video right now. You can be watching the replay. You can be up to date with every post, every bit of watching everything, writing down notes, being present and listening to what we're saying. But if you're not putting it into action and if you're not implementing it, then you're wasting your time, because you can show up to these trainings all day, every day. But if you're not going to move on it and implement what resonates with you and move forward and try to incorporate it into your business and take action, then nothing is changing. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Expect the same exact results. You may have good intentions, but we talked about intentions. Intentions are wishes. Okay? So I want to go back to why is recruiting important? If you're looking to build an organization, if you're looking to make money, earn trips, all of that, like I said when I first started this video, you have to recruit, okay? I don't want you to look at it as this big, tough, taboo thing, because it's not. It's not. If you're looking to promote past a certified consultant, you have to recruit. Some of you may have been with Scentsy for years, stuck at certified. Some of you may have kind of accidentally become a leader because maybe somebody approached you wanted to join, maybe they were kind of watching the business for a little while, and then they saw that you joined. They're like, okay, I'll join under her. So you didn't really like have to recruit somebody, but it happened. But now you really want to grow your business. So let's talk about how you actually recruit. Okay. You have to ask. Like, that's the big thing, is you have to ask. Asking is the only way that it's going to happen. Going back to your Frankie list. Now, some people use the list and they call it Frank. Some people, you know, the reason why I call it a Frankie, i.e., the E at the end stands for extraordinary people. Now, that is a list of people that I think would really do well with a Scentsy business, that I can see doing Scentsy, that I want on my team. Other people call it a dream team list. And that is my prospecting list. Now, before you start recruiting, you've got to prospect. Prospect is looking at the people around you. Go right down that Frankie list. Think of the people around you, okay, that have a want, right? A want. Maybe they love to travel. Maybe they, maybe, trying to think. Maybe they are a stay-at-home mom, and maybe their husband has a really good job. Maybe they don't really need finances or extra money. They just need an outlet. They just need a community of supportive women or supportive people. They have no adult interaction. So they want that adult conversation, or they want something for themselves, because we all know if you're a mom, you can get totally lost in motherhood and you lose your identity. And that's where I was when I joined. Think of people that have a want or need. Maybe there are people that are struggling financially. People are very telling on social media, which I'll get into. People are very telling on social media. If they're, I would love to do this, or, they're talking about how much they dislike their job. Maybe they are pregnant, and you and I know, if you're a mom, that once you have that baby, it's really hard to leave the baby and go to work. It's hard to do that. Okay? Maybe they just got engaged and they're planning a wedding. There's so many reasons, you guys, why people would want or need to join Scentsy. And you've got to look at them. You've got to look at every single person. Okay? Then there are people that you think would just kick butt at this. Maybe they have a lot of contacts. Ironically, and contrary to belief, right? Contrary to belief, is that how the saying goes? That a lot of people think, I don't have time to do this. I work full time. Well, my friend, the busier you are, the better. You have more people that you're networking with, that you're surrounded by. I do this full time from home. So I can't sell Scentsy or have my kids join Scentsy. I can't sell Scentsy to them. I have to really think about how I'm networking and how I'm building myself in the community, which I'll get into. Okay? But you have to make a list of people that you're prospecting. It starts with prospecting. Again, that Frankie list, I will talk about it till I'm blue in the face. That Frankie list is going to help you. Okay? So start prospecting. Who do you know that has a want or a need, or would just kick butt at this? People that have great online, like social media presence. People that are very outgoing and friendly. There's so many reasons. Okay? Now, when you actually want to approach somebody, I don't want you to get it twisted with the fact that, yes, people will only buy, host, or join if they know you, like you, and trust you. And that rings so true when recruiting. We're not talking about booking a party. We're not talking about having, somebody new on social media buy something from you. We're not talking about that. Those are totally two different subjects. You do not need to be friends with somebody to book a party. When you're recruiting, you do have to have a rapport with somebody, okay? How do you build that rapport? Well, with social media in particular, okay, You have to be you. You have to be you. You have to be your brand. If your links, stock photos, shoving products onto people constantly, or join my team, $99, then I know you're trying, but I want you to think about this. Even if you are getting orders from your links and your stock photos, think about what you're trying to achieve in the long run. Are you trying to build a business and recruit people? Because you should have, your job should be desirable. If you're posting links and stock photos and like you're just filling people's news feeds with things like that, even if you're getting orders, that may not be appealing to somebody that may potentially want to do this, because they would think, I don't want to do that. So many people, when they join, don't want to be that person. They don't want to be salesy. They don't want to be spammy. We don't want you to be that either. That's actually going to hurt you in the long run. Okay? So I want you to think about what you want in the long run. Save your links and your photos for your customer page, for your business page, whatever it is. Unless, if you're friends with me on social media, you'll notice very rarely, very, very rarely will I post actual product information. I mean, I will once in a while, absolutely. But what I talk about on social media is me, is my brand, is what Scentsy has done for me. Why? Because I need to be relatable, likable, trustworthy. I want my audience, and I'm specifically talking about social media because when would you ever have an audience with as many friends as you have on social media as you do? When would you have that amount of people at your fingertips? Pretty much never, right? God help, or God love, like Mary Kay or people back in the day that used to have to go door to door, door to door. I could never do that. You think you have it hard? Think about going door to door and having people open a curtain and shut it because they know you're there, or slamming doors in your face and being like, no, and don't ever come back. You're crazy, right? Think about those poor people. We have it so much easier. But you want to be the person that they like, that they can relate to. Because remember what I said about Kristen Ingalls when I first joined. I knew that if she could do it, I could do it. Why? Because I knew her. I liked her. I trusted her. She came from the same place as me, right? We had the same friends. I knew where she came from. Like, I knew that she was a regular mom like me. I know that she had the same anxieties and struggles and fears and doubts as I did, right? It wasn't some person that like, oh, this works, that I never met. I knew I could do it because I was relating to Kristen, right? Think about that. People are watching you. It would be impossible for you to, personally reach out to every single person in one day. People are watching you regardless of what you think, even if they don't like your post, even if they don't comment, even if you message them and they say nothing, they're still watching you. Actually, when you message somebody and they don't respond, even if they say no, they're watching you closer. Bet your butt they are. They're watching you closer. So that is the reason, even more so, why you want to be that person on social media in particular that is likable, trustworthy, right? That you're you. Because if you're on social media just talking about join my team, $99, like what does that do? How is that appealing to anybody? It's not. It's not. Instead, you're building a brand of who you are, and you're not just Scentsy. You're not. If you were just Scentsy, like people would just think that you're trying to get into their pocket, that you don't care, about their goals if they join your team. You're just looking to, make more money or advance your business, right? So being you, like my brand, pick 3 to 5 things that make up you, that you want to share. I mean, there's a lot of things that make us who we are, but pick 3 to 5 things that you want to share on social media. That does not mean you have to decide, you guys, because you're a business owner, okay? You have to decide that, you know, I'm building a brand. I'm building my business. I'm trying to build an organization because I'm trying to reach my goals and my dreams. So you have to decide, even though you may have an opinion, that you're not going to be controversial. I do not talk about politics. Do I have an opinion? Of course I do. Of course I do. But it's not the place to word vomit and be negative and complain about your husband or air your dirty laundry. Listen, we all have problems. We all have anxiety. Do I argue with my husband? Yes. Of course I do. Of course I do. But I'm not going to get on social media and start talking politics or, you know, like I said, being negative, because when I go back and I said, you want to make your job desirable, you need to be desirable. Do you think somebody's going to want to join your team if you're that negative person? Or, you know, if you're the person that's always filling people's news feeds with nonsense, you know, like pass this along, or, you know, Jesus will unfollow you on social media. Like this is the most ridiculous things. Not even to get into algorithms, I mean, that's a whole nother subject. If you want to learn about that, go to my YouTube channel and there's a video specifically about algorithms in social media. Watch that, it will help you. But you've got to be you. Who am I? What do I share about myself? That I'm a mother. I'm a twin mom, but I'm a mother, you know, in general. Is that relatable? Yep, it sure is. Most of my prospecting audience are stay-at-home moms or moms my age or moms with younger children, because they look at me and they're like, okay, I want to stay home. I don't want to have to miss moments with my kids. You know, I'm sick of working all these hours and missing my children or family moments. The other thing that I share, part of my brand, is my weight loss journey. I've lost 120 pounds about 3 years ago. And I share a lot of my fitness journey with people. I share healthy recipes. You'll see some of that. And do you guys know people, not even necessarily trying to lose weight, but do you know people that struggle with their health or want to do better with their health, or are on a fitness journey, on a weight loss journey? I know some people that are trying to gain weight, just trying to be healthy, that love healthy recipes or things that are healthy that your kids will eat. You know, those are the things that make me relatable. What else? Coffee. Coffee. It is so funny, but I will have, so there is a local coffee franchise where I live in Boston. I'm south of Boston, and it's called Mary Lou's, right? And I am not joking. If there's any of you on this call, even watching the replay, comment below if when you think of Mary Lou's, you think of me, because I will have people tag me in posts like the crazy coffee lady. I love coffee. I love coffee. Sometimes I share how I'm making my own coffee. I will take a selfie, you know, in the car with my Mary Lou's iced coffee, and people just know that I love coffee. I actually have to cut back on coffee. I'm not even gonna lie. I need to increase my water and cut back on coffee. But people think of me. Why? Because I'm doing my job. That means I'm branding myself. Okay? Those are some of the things that I share about myself on social media because it's relatable. I am not just in people's faces, join my team, buy my product, because that is spammy. That is salesy. Okay? So when you're talking about what Scentsy has done for you, they're thinking, oh, I could probably do that. I could do that too. Or when you go to actually approach them about joining, they're thinking, you know, I could do that. I could do what she does. She's talking about her kids and her weight loss, right? Yes. Yes. Because you're going to be that person that they trust, even though it's through social media, but they feel like they know. Also, when you're prospecting, think of the people that you have on your prospecting list. Go start liking their pictures and commenting, okay? Become relevant in their life so that when you do approach them about joining, they know who you are, right? You're not going to message somebody out of the blue from 4th grade and be like, join my team, $99. No. You know what? No matter if you just joined yesterday, I want you guys to think about what Scentsy has done for you at this point in your business. Okay? You don't have to have earned trips in making thousands of dollars a month. I don't know why I'm speaking so weird. Thousands of dollars a month. You know, like your leaders, your directors and star directors and superstar directors. That doesn't matter. What I want you to talk about and think about is what it has done for you thus far. Has it given you something to call your own? Has it given you something to look forward to? Has it given you like some self-confidence that you haven't had in such a long time? Right? No matter what it has done for you, think about how you can relay that to your audience. Okay? You have to be you. You are not just the Scentsy consultant. That's not relatable. That's not relatable. Yes, you are. People should know. You should be talking about it. That's the thing. Like, yes, talk about Scentsy. Talk about Scentsy. You know, like I could post a picture of me and my kids at the movie theater on, you know, on Christmas break at 11 in the morning with a big bucket of popcorn and, you know, watching the premiere of whatever cartoon movie there is, a new Disney movie that just came out, right? And I could be talking about, you know, so thankful for Scentsy moments like this because, you know, get to catch the opening of Lion King, let's just say, I don't know, right? And spending time with my little nuggets. Hashtag twin mom. Hashtag be your own boss, right? Or I could post a stock photo from the workstation with the join kit and say, join my team, $99. What is more appealing? It's me posting about my life because there's that mom that has to work and find, you know, babysitter while her kids are on winter break. And she's thinking, I want to do what Colleen does. I want to be able to do that. What is she doing? I am overworked, I'm underpaid, and I'm missing moments with my kids. Think of who your audience is and relate to them. Okay, next, moving on. When you're actually approaching people, okay, do not make it complicated. Do not feel like you need to build a best friendship with every person because you don't. That is emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausting. You cannot do that. It is impossible. I'm going to give you a tip, okay? I saw a big shift in my business and a big shift in my recruiting when I know what Scentsy has done for me. It's changed my life. Scentsy has changed my life. And if you guys know me before Scentsy, which a lot of you do, then you know Scentsy has changed my life. So I spent a lot of time recruiting, talking about change your life, build a business, be a stay-at-home mom, you know, change your life. This is life-changing. And yes, I was still recruiting. I mean, clearly I've built, you know, a business and I'm, you know, driving results, but I needed more for where my goals, my vision and dreams were. I needed to increase. So one of my superstar upline superstar directors, Jennifer Anderson, she's my upline superstar director. She said, Colleen, you're probably scaring people away because you are the 5%. And everybody else is the 95%. Meaning I joined, I had a vision, I knew what I wanted to do, I wanted to make money, I knew that I was going to go all in or all out. But 95% of people join for fun. 95. So once I kind of shifted that big, heavy conversation of change your life, change your life. You can stay home and you can change your life. That's very overwhelming to somebody that may be sitting on the fence, just as unsure if they can do something like this. They already have a full-time job. You can say to somebody, hey, listen, I think you are pretty awesome. You have an amazing online social media presence. I think that at the very least, you could do this with me and have a ton of fun. It's only $99 to join. And you will get that money right back. Then you're already making profit. You can do whatever you want with this business, but like I said, at the very least, I know that you would love this and have fun. That's it. That's it. That's literally something that I say to people when I'm messaging them. That's it. It's not a big conversation where I'm like, let's meet for coffee. We need to sit down. Yes, we may get to that. Sure. A lot of people want to talk face to face and ask me questions, and you know, a lot of this is talking people off the ledge, okay? And this is the thing. Remember Kristen was saying this is a numbers game, like strength is in numbers. It's the same thing with recruiting. Don't focus on, I need to recruit 2 people this month. Focus on how many join conversations you're having. How many? Because not everybody is going to say yes. Not everybody is going to even respond to you. And even if they are interested, it may take them a year to join. It may take them a year to join. It has happened to me. Please trust me. Some people, I think you would have so much fun. What do you think? You have nothing to lose, right? They join the very next day. Some people, it takes them months and months and months. You know why? Because after you talk to them or hang up the phone with them or finish having a conversation with them, they're already talking themselves out of it because their doubts and their fears set in. So listen, don't expect somebody to join the first time you ask them. I don't know if I've ever had one person join the first time I've asked them. Not one. So you have to find out what is holding them back, find out their, go for the objections. If they think like, I'm just too busy, like I would like to do something like this, I just don't have the time for it. Well, little do they know, you can build your Scentsy business however you want. You make the time for it. You fit it into your schedule. I'm going to show you how to just do income producing activities. I'm going to show you how to grow your business by working 30 minutes a day, right? To just build a business and start seeing results. If you don't tell them that and they're like, God, they're like, I wish I could do this. I'm just too busy. If you were like, okay, I understand. Well, message me if anything changes. Number one, they're not going to message you ever again. Number two is you are confirming their doubts and their fears by not saying anything because they don't know. Scentsy, when you join Scentsy, it's not another 4 hours a day that you have to put aside. It's not a part-time job where you have to punch in, put 4 hours aside to see money come in. That is not it. If you're consistent and you do one income producing activity a day, you'll see results and build a business because that's what I did for 3 years. But if you don't tell them that, then they don't know. So don't be afraid to say, I totally understand, validate their concerns, empathize with them. I totally understand. But you can actually work your business around your schedule on your lunch break or when you put the kids to bed. And you can cut back on some of those hours that you're working like a mad woman and do Scentsy from home, right? I have no experience. Like, if you don't ask them what is holding them back, don't avoid it. I go right for it. What's holding you back? I know this is something that you've normally never done or probably may have never thought about, but tell me what's holding you back. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't have any experience. You don't need experience. I will train you step by step. Okay? I don't want to be spammy or salesy. I'm going to show you how not to be spammy or salesy. This is exactly how I train my team. Don't be spammy and salesy. Don't do that. Don't post links in stock photos. Don't do that. Okay? Somebody, if you are that person, again, like, they're going to think, oh my gosh, like, I just don't want to be that person. So if you are that person and then you approach somebody about joining, they're like, I would never want to do that. And it looks unappealing. It looks unappealing. Your job does not look desirable. But if you're talking about what it has done for you and why you love it, even if you haven't been with Scentsy that long, talk about what it has done for you. Even if that means you have a new sense of excitement in your life, talk about it. How are you going to relay that to your audience? Okay. Now, it's a numbers game. So again, you guys, recruiting is not a one-time thing. It's not something that you do just when there is a join special. I don't even necessarily like join specials. There's a lot of kidnappers with join specials, and I just would rather incorporate recruiting into my everyday routine. Recruiting is just as important, if not more, than sales. I mean, you need them both. If you can sell Scentsy, then you can recruit. You're selling yourself is what you're doing. Okay? Think about how you are portraying yourself, how people are perceiving you. But it's a numbers game, because if you're just following or, having a joint conversation with 3 people and you're, waiting, you're putting all your eggs in one basket, you're following these 3 people around, talking them off the ledge, and, she says she's interested, and you're just going to like cross your fingers and hope that they join. Well, one of those people may not ever join. One of those people may join in a month. Great. Then what? You're going to recruit one person a year? And it may take the third person 8 months to join. So that means in the meantime, your business is not growing. Your business isn't growing. You're not, promoting. You're not making the money that you want. You're getting discouraged, but you're not putting in the work. Recruiting is not a one-time thing. It is an all the time income producing activity. You should be putting 1 day a week aside where you're just focusing on prospecting and recruiting and sharing and having the join conversation. Having the join conversation with new people constantly. And if you don't know enough people to share it with, it's because you're not doing parties. It goes back to that. Okay? Because at parties, you're meeting new people. You've got to meet new people to have all the people to share this opportunity with. Okay? So if you message all these people about the join opportunity, and some of them say, no, it's not for me, I would definitely try to find out what's holding them back, why they think this isn't for them. And number 2, if they don't respond at all, and you know that they've seen your message, you just planted a seed. And I know you guys have heard this before about planting seeds. And it is super duper important to the progression of your business. Okay? Because they say what you do now has like a 90-day turnaround. So if you weren't doing anything a few months ago, if you weren't having the joint conversation, if you weren't sharing the opportunity, if you weren't talking about Scentsy and building your business, then you're probably not recruiting anybody right now, because it can take time. It takes numbers, it takes time, it takes consistency, and it takes being you on the other end of that. Because, like I said, once you message somebody, even if they say no, even if they don't respond, they are watching you closer. They're watching you now. Oh. Sorry, I just dropped you. Now they're watching you closer. Okay? So that's why It's super important to be you, to be your brand, to keep sharing what Scentsy has done for you. Okay? Everything that I post on social media is intentional. Everything. You will not see me post like some meme just because. You have to think about what your audience wants to see. What's making you relatable. Okay? What's making you credible and that trustworthy person, the girl next door. And if you're on my team, and if not, my team can actually, confirm this, that I always say there is no difference between you and I. You may see me making thousands of dollars a month. You may see me earning free trips. You may see me building a team, but I am no different than every single one of you watching this. I started from the same place. I still have anxiety. I still have doubts. I still have fears, but I do it anyway. I still have to reach out to people that I'm nervous to reach out to because I think like, oh, they're too good for Scentsy. Bullshit. Oop. Bull crap. Sorry. Nobody's too good for Scentsy. And you have to know that because that is how you are putting yourself out there. If you're like skittish and like, I think that, you could really like something like this, but if you don't, that's okay. No, you have to know with conviction that this is an amazing opportunity. You can have whatever you want from this, even if it's just fun. Come have fun, girl. Come have fun. I have never loved a job, an opportunity, a career more than I love Scentsy. I have found my peace in the world. I have found my calling. And yes, of course, I have to sell wax and warmers every single month, but it's helping people. When you are a part of somebody else's success, it's so fulfilling and rewarding and life-changing. Yes. You have to think about somebody else and what they want from this. It's not about you. I know you've heard this before, but it's true. It's not about progressing your business. It's not like, I need to hit a goal. Who wants to join my team? It needs to be something that you're constantly talking about. You're constantly sharing. You're constantly building, networking, prospecting, and having the conversation. Constantly. Okay? It is a constant thing. Recruiting is not a one-time thing. It's not when you feel like it. You're never going to build a team if that's the kind of mentality you have. Sales and recruiting are never going to go away, even when you are the top 1% of the company. So if you've been sitting in the same position for a year, for over a year, it's time to get up and move. And I know what it feels like. Don't think that I don't understand. I do. I still get butterflies sometimes when I'm reaching out to certain people. And you're going to be surprised. It's planting that seed in people's mind like, oh, could I do this? Then they watch you. So you need to be that person that they trust, that's credible. They want to see what Scentsy has done for you. They don't want to see stock photos. They don't want to see a link with, the join kit, $99, join my team. Stop saying join my team. Join my team. It's very spammy and salesy. But that is some of my best advice. You have to be yourself and you have to share this opportunity with everybody. It is a numbers game. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket. If you've been talking to the same people, not recruiting anybody, and you've been talking to those people for more than 2 months, you guys, you need to talk to more people. You have to talk to more people. You have to. It's a numbers game. You've got to talk to more people. Okay? If you don't ask, you'll never know. Right? And then even in person, like when you go to a home party, I can say home party because that's what I do. But when I'm doing a tote party, I put something in there that talks about the join opportunity. Okay? When you are doing an online party, I share my story of who I am and what Scentsy has done for me. Right? But when you go to like a home party, you're not bringing like all this stuff in, 3 suitcases. I bring less is more, to be honest. Because I want them to think, oh, I could do that. That's not too hard. And something else, hold on a sec. just branding yourself. I include this. I send this with opportunity packets. Sorry, this keeps falling out. I send this with orders that I'm packaging, and it's pictures of me and my family. It's not a picture of a join kit because I'm just like them. And when I put a face to the business and let them know that this is a family business and this is what you're supporting, right? And then I put like a little information about who I am in my journey. Another thing that I want to say really quick, and I know this has been long, but I could go on and on and on about recruiting. Number one, again, if you want to think about social media in particular, I do have a video on YouTube about algorithms and social media. Watch it. It will help you and kind of go hand in hand with all this. The other thing is who? Another big part of who you should be asking first is your customers. Don't be afraid to sponsor your customers, your best customers. And I don't want you to think like, oh, I don't want to recruit them because then they're like really good customers of mine. So then I'll be down PRV. Like, who's going to buy from me that consistently? Well, you shouldn't be thinking that way because you should be meeting new people constantly. Some of my best teamies are people that were my customers that are now teammates that are now building their own businesses. But you got to think they already like the product, right? At the very least, they can be getting their product at a discount or making money off of themselves instead of making it off of me. Your customers should be some of the first people that you are sharing the joint opportunity with. Get out of the mindset that you're going to be missing PRV, because if you are doing parties, you're meeting new people, you will have new customers. You cannot hold on to the same customers, okay? You should not be putting your business, your dreams, your goals into anybody's hands. Whether it's a customer, whether it's a teammate, whether it's your team, that is your responsibility, okay? So sponsor your customers, you guys. Ask them. And it doesn't have to be a big, scary conversation. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, no, I'd rather buy from you. There's somebody on my team right now that I'm thinking about. She's probably definitely on this training. And I asked her for a year, you should do this. You'd be so good at this. I'd rather buy from you. I'd rather just be your customer. Okay. And then every time she'd order from me, I'm like, girl, you could be making money off of this. I'd tell her what she would make off that order. Girl, she had a party for me. I'm like, you already have customers. These would be your customers now. This is a no-brainer. You should be doing this. Finally, after about a year, she said yes. And now she's killing it. And she was a consistent customer of mine, buying a lot. But if I had that mentality of I'm trying to hold on to my customers because I'm relying on her sales, guys, you're building a business, okay? Meeting new people is part of this. It's a non-negotiable, okay? So get out there. It's about how many conversations you're having. It's about who you are and people wanting to be a part of that and what you are and what it has done for you, but how it can be beneficial to them, okay? Get out there, start prospecting, start networking, and start having that conversation today. Today, start with your customers. But it's about how many conversations you're having. How many? Not just I'm talking to the same 5 people. No, you need to be talking to way more people than that to start seeing people joining and building your team, okay? In 1 year, focus on building 10 people on your front line. I'm like 5. Focus on building 10 people on your front line. 10 people that you personally sponsor. 10. That's a lot of people that you have to have this conversation with. But you can do it. Stop thinking that you can't. You can. We've all done it. We all started from the same spot. Get up and do it. Action, action, action. Okay? If you're nervous and doubtful and scared, do it anyway. We are all nervous and scared and doubtful. We're all human. We all get in our own head, but stop being the one reason or the one obstacle that's stopping you from succeeding. You're sabotaging yourself by saying, I can't do it. You can do it. You can. You're just choosing not to and using fear as an excuse. You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, drop them below and get forward. Oh my good Lord, I am like tongue-tied today. Look forward to hearing from Kristen and Courtney. Have a great day, you guys. Love you all.